I'm Matt Stefan, Major League Fishing Pro, out here on a beautiful lake in Louisiana, playing around with the new Berkley Finisher. This is one of their new FFS baits, extremely versatile bait for a lot of different species of fish. So we're gonna put it to work and I'm gonna show you how to use it. So there's a lot of really cool things about this Finisher bait. It really is kind of a whole new style of bait. They're referring to it as a glide bait because up north in the walleye world, it is very much like a lot of the glide baits that they have. But to me, it's kind of a hybrid between like a jerkbait, a glide bait, and what I would consider a slash style bait. Because I'm giving the rod tip just these nice gentle snaps, but the bait is darting back and forth underwater, extremely aggressive, which you don't find from many other baits in terms of a speed movement. And that's one of the things that's so critical with respect to generating reaction strikes. In this case, this little guy right here has a lot of things that work really well for it. The first is that streamlined nose approach with that rod snap is what allows it to just dart back and forth. And when I say dart back and forth, it's not like a foot like it's walking the dog. It's slashing several feet back and forth. You can really pop it hard if you want, or you can just kind of nice, gentle strokes. Now, I prefer to keep my rod tip pointed up. Not necessarily at, say, 12 o'clock, but if you got it at 10:30, I just find that I get better reaction out of my rod tip in terms of imparting that action if I pop it upward. It's also extremely efficient in terms of fishing all different water levels. Now we're sitting out here right now in 35 feet of water. We've got some fish that are suspended. We've got some fish that are down deep. And from that standpoint, I can use this bait to cover the entire water column because it does sink. And it sinks pretty quick too. So I can get it down to that depth. And then the best part is when I actually go to working the bait maintains that depth. This bait, the Finisher, is promoted as a forward-facing sonar bait. The first thing I want to point out is it 100% can be used without forward-facing sonar. Any of your traditional areas that you would throw a jerkbait, a swim bait, those are going to be great places to work the Finisher through. But having said that, it is a very, very good bait for forward-facing sonar too, for a couple of reasons. One, like I mentioned, you can get it down to a lot of different depths. But because it is a hard bait, it does show up really well on your screen. A lot of the baits, performance-wise, or at least performance-wise with forward-facing sonar, comes down to the hardness of the bait in terms of being able to show up well. And there are a handful of sizes, and a lot of you would probably say this is a small bass bait. Well, this is the middle-size Finisher. This is a number 7. There's a size 5, which is a little smaller, and a size 9, which is probably more of your traditional bass bait size. The size 7 is my personal favorite. One of the reasons for it is you get a lot of strikes from everything. You catch crappie. For me, living up north, I catch a pile of walleye on it, a lot of northern. I've caught muskie on it. So you really can generate a lot of strikes.